Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out treasure hunting, looking for things like gold and silver, jewelry, silverware, any kind of treasure. Today's video is a unboxing. This is just some an eBay package, kind of like when it rains it pours for me. I've got some interesting stuff going on over here that I need to make another video on, but this showed up and I thought, you know what? Let's go ahead and make it happen. Now, if you're digging through this type of stuff, generally you're going to want a loupe and a magnet. There's links in the description to those. I like these little neodymium magnets because I lose them all the time. But they're also really handy when you're out and about because you can just kind of hold it in your hand, and they're so strong that things will react through your hand effectively. So they're very nice for that purpose. When I buy things off of eBay these days, it's usually just pins. I find that I have a lot of good luck finding treasure in pins, and I find them very, very interesting. Oh, there's that strong magnet I was talking about. So I think that's probably what's in this box. All of the eBay packages I have coming for some time are, oh, excuse me, fruit. Apparently I bought fruit. No, it's not fruit. Don't turn off the video. It's going to be probably pins, jewelry, and hopefully it will mean gold or or silver. All right, let's see if we can open this one up. And yeah, pins are just kind of my thing. I just really enjoy them, and in particular, there can be all sorts of fun little bric-a-brac in with pins. A small gift for me, huh? Oh, lovely. May you be proud of the work you do, the person you are, and the difference you make. Yeah, let me open this up off camera real quick. Okay. Oh, that's just a nice little thank you card. What do we have here? Can I open this up? Am I capable? I will definitely leave a kind review. And I'm sure I will love these pins. Very, very nice. I'll have to make a special review for this one. Okay. So in here is not fruit, but is in fact pins. And let's see what we got. Lovely wrapping. Okay, now it's always fun to try to figure out why did I buy a particular pile. And if you're out and about looking at pins, like at estate sales in particular, you will find like big piles of this stuff. The magnet can really help you to quickly sort out stuff that's not, precious metals. Now, that's not to say it might not be interesting. BC Gamble founder, successful franchising, 40 years. I don't know who that is, unless it's, yeah, I don't know who that is. Yes, Union. Oh, there's the WWF, little panda there. Zoom in a touch. What do we have here? We have, oh, a detective, a specific detective. That's kind of interesting. It's not a precious metal, but it's kind of interesting. Texas. And there are just so many pins, and I have so many pins. I should really, we got some post office pins. I have to make sure that somehow some of these pins that matter get to the people that care about them. What do we have? This one is Rush. Presto. you can just get lost in all these pins. Take this job and shove it. Okay. That's I guess a pin for getting fired and or when you are quitting. Glock. So these kinds of things, they're all just modern plated pins. When we start to get looking for precious metals, things like this interest us, the screwbacks. That usually indicates that putting the pin on more, so it's not going anywhere. Oh, that's kind of cool. Horses. Cheap, though. Those types of features are things that indicate that we're looking at higher quality. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just quickly sorting out all the stuff that's going to be, lower quality, clearly plate. And then we'll get down to the stuff which is probably why I bought this particular. Don't discount these little circle. Sometimes these are actually silver that I've found, and I suspect they're gold too. They're so common that you find them all over the place. But don't overlook stuff. If it looks really good, it's worth a double check, certainly. Shamrock. Okay. What does this one say? Inch by inch. That's a nice little skate. Okay. Now we are down to what theoretically is the stuff that I want to have a closer look at. And generally speaking with these pin lots, my personal policy is that, side note, see how you got that sticking to the outside of the bag? Part of why I like getting stacks of these is because they just disappear sometimes. They like to hitch a ride with other stuff, and then it's forever before you find it, if you ever find it. But in any case, I was saying something before my magnet so rudely interrupted me. I'll just get these out of the way, and we'll look at the good stuff. Generally, with these pin lots, what I like to do is make sure that there's at least one good thing in there that I'm certain I want. In this case, I think this is it right here. So we will start with that one good thing. I think this is, well, at least I thought this was gold from the picture. Now, keep in mind, eBay pictures are often not the best. But the reason I thought this was gold was I didn't see the back of it, really. But I saw the front, and I saw enough to see that we had pearls that were set. You see how they're staked in? Each pearl is actually set in. We got a real good shine to it. Real good shine. And when you got a bunch of old pins, especially an old pin like this, if it's brass, that shine kind of goes away because it gets old and tarnished. In fact, if we look here, no, that's probably not going to work. In any case, but when you got something that's dirty but still shiny, that's a real good sign. Now, that doesn't mean it's gold. It may mean that it's gold fill or rolled gold. But in this case, I'm seeing very, very good signs. And that's why I actually bought this auction. I think I actually paid $50 for this auction. I'll put it in the description. Someone else wanted this auction. I had to outbid them, but I really wanted it because I really wanted to see this pin, and I am very glad that I did, because part of why I like these old Greek pins so much is that they often have markings like this on it. And what do we have? We have SES 3. I'm going to take it off screen for a sec here. All right, so it says SES HP 3163. Loupes for the win. And I'm certain this is going to be probably 10 karat gold, maybe 14. We'll test it. Looks like we got a little emerald in there, and we have pearls. I don't see where it's stamped as being solid gold, but I don't see any signs of it being plate. So this, I think, was the reason I had to fight for it slightly, was that someone else spotted this too. And in the last few seconds, we both made our bids, and I was just a little bit higher than theirs. So the cool thing, as I was talking about before I took it off, is that with those initials and that date, and the sorority or fraternity that I'm not sure what this one is, but we'll figure it out. We may be able to figure out who this person was. And when I have spare moments in the evening and I'm worn out from the children, I tend to find it very relaxing to just sort of poke around like archive.org and just Google generally and see if I can figure out who this person was. And then go back again and revisit it, because they're always adding more information to these various locations on the internet. And it can be fun to figure out whose gold pin was this. Okay, so that's gold. This one I thought might be silver, but 3-year Safe Driver Award, probably not, unless it says sterling. I think it's probably just plate. What does that say? LC. Yeah, I think this one's just going to end up being silver plate. Generally speaking, with like the service pins and the award pins, the screwback is a good sign, but the only 3 years is not such a good sign. And in fact, I think if we rub it here with our thumb just a sec, yeah, you can see where there's copper coming through. So that's just gold plate. Or excuse me, not gold plate, silver plate. All right, set that one aside. Let's have a quick look at this thing. Lions. Now, I assume there are gold Lions pins, and I think I might have one. But with the sheer volume of Lions pins, you'd expect more of them to be gold, and they just are pretty much all like this one, gold plate. They look good, but I would suggest not pursuing them thinking that they're gold, or even gold fill. I have a bunch that are gold fill, but honestly, it's like still only like one in of this specific type of Lions pin, maybe 1 in 50 that I've found personally is gold fill. And like I said, I think I've only ever found one that was actually solid gold. And then last but not least is this piece. What do we have here? I love these old. So this is all hand engraving. WCTU. Declaratory. And there is some things about this that I really like. I really like the age to it. We have an pretty old sea catch. There we have an old handmade hinge. We have a nice hinge. This can be either a pendant or a pin. And it's kind of got a silver look to it, but then it kind of doesn't. And some of these are low carat gold. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a way on camera to check to see if it's actually gold. And I would tend to think that this one is silver based on the, based on just the way that tarnish looks. But if it is low carat gold, it's funny because you could say that it's gold if it's, say, 20% gold, but it could be 20% gold, 70% silver, and the remaining being copper and nickel. Would you call that gold? Would you call that silver? With some of these old, handmade pins like this, it's a real question. Now, I've been very fortunate in that the local pawn shop is full of very nice people who've taught me a huge amount. And they have the XRF machine or X-ray machine that'll tell you what the metal content of something is. So I will add this to my pile of stuff to check when we go down there. And in the meantime, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to polish this up real quick. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back. Okay, a moment's polish, and I think we can safely say that this is silver. Maybe coin silver or sterling. But yeah, so that's not going to be gold. It's going to be just silver. But you know what? I love it. I think it's great. and we'll try to figure out what school WCTU was. Definitely an oldie. All right, we will gold test this one though on camera here in just a moment. So I'm going to take and take a corner here. Yeah, that corner right there, so that if it is fill, we'll hopefully get down to that. But I'm pretty certain what we have here. Yeah. So we took a little bit of that corner there. And then we'll take a little bit of the corner off of this HP on the back, right there. There we go. If my camera can focus, come on camera, there you go. All right, just hit it with a little bit of acid here. Start with 10 karat. Usually these things are 10 karat, sometimes they're 14. This one looks good enough, it might be 14. And I will practice my small dots as has been requested in the comments. Okay, so we've put it on there. We'll let it sit for a moment. And I think we have a fairly solid result. You can see the dots on top are 10 karat acid and the dots on bottom are 14 karat acid. The 14 is definitely eating it away more than the 10. The 10 is not at all, and that 14 is just about gone. So I think we can be conclusive in saying this particular piece is 10 karat. So we get a nice piece of sterling, nice piece of 10 karat. I will pause it again, clean this up, and we'll pull out the scale. Okay, cleaned up. Let's grab the scale here and see how much 10 karat did we get for our money. Wow, that is 4 grams on the nose. So it is slightly less than 4 grams in that there are some teeny tiny little pearls in there and a emerald. And then I don't know if the pins are 10 karat. Sometimes these pins are 10 karat, sometimes they're not. But in any case, I still think even if this was, I'll check to see how much it is and put it in the description. But I either paid like 30 something for this or 50 something for this. In either case, I'm incredibly happy. I really do like these, and I'm not sure I've ever seen one of this particular Greek pin. So if I'm honest, I would probably say of all the gold things that I collect at this point, it is these little pins, because I know I fear they might be getting melted more than I would prefer, and I think they're really pretty and they're neat and they really mattered to somebody. And it's a shame that they are going just kind of in piles of pins online. If you know anyone who has one of these, make sure to help them understand the value of it. We're looking at just in gold, this thing's $200 right now, or yeah, roughly. It's kind of crazy. I hope that you found this video useful. And if you did, please hit that like button. And if you're not a subscriber yet, it really helps me out if you subscribe. And leave comments about anything. If you know anything about these pins, I would love for you to help me out. I am kind of in a situation right now where I have a few hours, a couple days a week to try to cram the videos in. And I'm finding that my looking things up hobby is definitely taking a back seat to my taking care of children hobby, and juggling the going out and finding things like this pile, which might already be in a video for you, might not be. If it isn't, definitely look forward to that. Going out and finding things at thrift shops while I'm looking for kids' clothes is taking up a chunk of that time. So there's a lot of things here that are on a backlog of mine to actually research. And this is probably going to fall into that category. So I hope that you can use the information to find some treasure. and have a great day.
Like this, I've been Thomas.